Following several weeks of drought, wildfires, and extreme heat, Greece is currently suffering another wave of extreme weather, as the storm proceeded to progress toward the Mediterranean Sea, where it might develop into what is known as a medicane. Some regions of the country experienced more than 2 feet of rain in the course of only a few hours. The storm Daniel produced a jaw-dropping 21 inches of rain in Zagora in just 10 hours on Tuesday, according to a social media post by researcher Arhel Belgas from the European Synchrotron Radiation Facility. By Thursday, an additional 300 to 500 millimeters of rain could fall, with local values reaching 600 millimeters, he stated. A historic flood event is happening right now. It would take about 2 feet of rain to cover that area. Zagora has received 889 millimeters, or nearly 3 feet of rain since Monday, according to data from the French weather and climate monitor Coronos. In that period, at least a foot of rain has fallen in a number of other cities. According to the UK Meteorological Office, the average rainfall in Greece for the month of September is 16 millimeters, which is more than 55 times less than the amount of rain that has been observed in Zagora. On Tuesday, several cities saw quick flooding, as seen in videos provided by Greece's meteorological agency. The office in Skouthos said that throughout the day, the situation was getting worse. Captures from other photographs show cars that are partially submerged by flooding. Athens news agency stated that one man was murdered when floods caused a wall to fall on top of him as he was trying to get to his sheep in Volos, and the office reported that several regions in Volos lost electricity. According to the organization, another city resident who was washed away by the tide is missing. Local officials had no other information, although Reuters was able to confirm the two men's circumstances. The country's meteorological office wrote on Tuesday that the storm, in addition to the man's death, has also resulted in significant infrastructure problems, adding that it is developing into one of the most powerful storms that our country has experienced, with daily rainfall in central Greece far exceeding previous records, at least since 2006. The most recent daily rainfall record was set in September 2020, during Mediterranean cyclone Janus, at 2.1 feet. The Meteorological Office reported on Monday that more than 7,000 lightning strikes were seen from the weather system, which they categorized as a Category 5 precipitation event, which is an extreme weather condition, and the situation in the area might only get worse over the next few days. A medicane, or tropical-like cyclone, may form in the Mediterranean as a result of Daniel, according to the weather forecasting website Severe Weather Europe. The forecasters added that while a continuing marine heatwave drives extreme weather, weather models indicate that such a system could develop over the Ionian Sea this week. The forecasters said there has recently been more than enough warmth in place to support the subtropical development, and that medicane formation typically requires ocean temperatures of 26 degrees Celsius, or just under 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Weather models show that if it does form, it could bring wind gusts of about 62 miles per hour. It's uncertain if it would be nearer Sicily and Malta or the coast of Libya. It is well recognized that warmer water temperatures can foster the development of more severe storms. Evaporation rises in tandem with temperature rise, increasing the amount of precipitation in the atmosphere and fostering storm formation. The country is still recovering from the dozens of fires that broke out during the summer and is currently dealing with the largest wildfire ever recorded in the European Union, which Greece has been combating. Just last week, the Fire Department of Greece stated the fire was still out of control in a natural reserve. Despite catastrophic flooding, rescue efforts are still continuing on in central Greece. According to reports, a farmer was killed while attempting to reach his cattle in the vicinity of Ono Volos when he was crushed by a wall that had collapsed due to the intense pressure of flowing water. Also being sought after is a man who attempted to cross a road in his automobile in Ogia Ikaterini Volos, but was washed away by roaring floodwaters. According to reports, the unidentified man opened the door to his car before being carried away by the river. The report states that although his son was in the car at the time, he sustained no injuries. Likewise, in Magnesia's Pultsi region, the body of an 85-year-old woman was found. Two males, 85 and 87 years old, who were also missing in the same region, were also found dead, at a time when the country was attempting to recover from devastating wildfires that raced throughout the nation. Earlier this summer, Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis met with top government officials on Tuesday as Storm Daniel continued to pour extraordinary amounts of rain on the country. Drivers who went out in the storm were left stranded by the heavy rains, that stalled traffic and transformed the roads into rivers. The mayor of one town was not amused. In a video posted to Facebook on Tuesday, Volo's mayor Arkils Bios can be heard ranting at motorists who continue to attempt to travel on roads inundated in floodwaters despite advisories to stay at home. He can be heard saying in the video, translated by Storyful, "Where are they going? It's crazy what's happening. We've said it 100 times," as thunder rumbles in the distance. "The rivers will break. Go to your homes, we have been warning you since yesterday." Daniel's heavy rains and storms, which will mostly affect the central and southern mainland, are expected to last through Thursday, according to forecasters. Through Wednesday, there may be 25 to 27.5 inches of rain in the Pelion region, which has already experienced severe flooding. There, a rain gauge already indicated that since Sunday, more than 20 inches of rain had poured. Through the middle of the week, areas south of the Karditsa prefecture may also receive 21 to 23 inches of rain. In contrast, the Athens region, according to predictions, receives over 16 inches of rain on average annually. More than that has fallen in the past day or so thanks to Storm Daniel. There are other dangers as well besides water and rain. As the storm swept the European nation, forecasters said they had recorded more than 8,000 lightning strikes in a short period of time. After 4 more bodies were found by rescue workers, the number of fatalities from the torrential rainstorms that have hit parts of Greece, Turkey and Bulgaria has risen to 11. At least 4 people killed and 5 houses were destroyed by a flash flood at a campsite in northwest Turkey close to the Bulgarian border. 2 were found on Wednesday. 2 more people reported missing at the campsite were still being sought after by rescuers. The rains on Tuesday flooded hundreds of homes and places of business in a number of neighborhoods, resulting in the deaths of 2 more people in Istanbul, the largest city in Turkey. An elderly Ghanaian man, 32, was among the victims in Istanbul, trapped in his basement apartment in the economically depressed Küçükçekmece neighborhood, according to Turkish station Haberturk TV. The other was a 57-year-old woman who passed away after being swept away by floodwaters in a different suburb, according to a private news agency, DHA. According to the governor's office in Istanbul, raging floodwaters damaged more than 1,750 homes and businesses in the city. The DHA claimed that among them was a row of retailers in the İkiteli neighborhood where the flood carried parked cars and muck into furniture stores, damaging the goods. According to Turkish media sources, the floodwaters also inundated a parking lot for containers and trucks outside of the city where people sought refuge on the roof of a restaurant. Likewise, the Black Sea coast of Bulgaria has also experienced its highest rainfall in years. Since Monday night, thunderstorms have forced rivers to overflow, damaged bridges, and closed off access to the area south of the coastal city of Burgas. On Wednesday, the body of a missing traveler was found in the water, bringing the total number of fatalities there to 3. Drones and border patrol boats were helping in the search for 2 more people who were still classified as missing. The southern vacation town of Tsarevo, where officials proclaimed a state of emergency, was the scene of television images showing automobiles and camper vans being swept out to sea. Significant traffic issues resulted, with the majority of the region's rivers breaching their banks and a number of bridges being destroyed. It's a catastrophe. The steep terrain along the shore creates a huge hazard, the Prime Minister Nicolae Denkov warned, adding that long-term solutions will be required to secure the area. According to Alexander Jartov, the head of the fire department, the rains were the highest since 1994, with as much rain falling in a single day as is typically observed over several months. Flooding, which had previously been uncommon along the Black Sea coast, is now happening more frequently in Bulgaria as a result of climate change and subpar infrastructure upkeep. According to Mark Ruffalo, climate change is the greatest threat to our existence in our short history on this planet. Nobody is going to buy their way out of its effects. Please subscribe to Weather Collapse if you want to know more, and be updated on the latest news about natural calamities or disasters happening all over the world, and don't forget to like today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.